Today I'm touring 4 homes priced between 300 and 600,000, and for each one I'm going to tell you if I think the seller would actually negotiate on price, plus what I would realistically offer for each home. If you haven't met me yet, I'm Frankie Gomez. I'm a realtor in Hernando County, and I actually have a free Hernando County moving guide that you can get using the link in the description below. Now, the interesting part about a video like this is that some homes look negotiable but aren't, and some don't and are. But I will tell you that one of the homes in this video is a lot more negotiable than the others. So let's jump right in, starting with the $300,000 house, and see if there's any leverage there. All right, so because I don't want this video to be too long, I'm actually going to speed up the home tours a little bit at 1.5 times speed. This property is located in Barrington of Sterling Hill with an HOA fee of $200 per year plus a CDD fee for $1,800 per year. This property is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,812 square feet, and it was built in 2022. Here is the first 2 bedrooms and guest bathroom. You have small walk-in closets. I wouldn't even say walk-ins. Here's your laundry room, which is nice. It's not located in the garage, which is a 2-car garage. You got the epoxy flooring there. Here is the kitchen. It does not have soft close cabinets, but you do have stainless steel appliances with granite countertops, a good sized pantry. Here's your primary bedroom. You have a walk-in closet, a water room, private water room, a linen closet, and then a walk-in shower with those inserts, which aren't people's favorites. You can see a little bit of wear on the paint, depending on the angle the camera gets. But here is your fenced-in backyard. This property is listed for $325,000. We will finish up this video tour, and then we'll take a look at some comps, and I'll let you know what I think you could offer on this property. All right, so here's our subject property, 4119 Autumn Amber Drive. Price $325,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet. It's been on market a total of almost 300 days, and I'll tell you why that is in a second here. Price per square foot is $179. They don't even have the HOA fees here, so I had to look at the other properties listed in the community to find that. $200 here for the HOA, $1,860 for the CDD. So almost $200 per month, a little bit under. I don't know the exact figure, but your CDD will be paid in your taxes, and then this is paid monthly. So let's go to agent single line display here. These are all located in Barrington. You have 4 active listings, including the subject property. The other one's listed for almost the exact same price. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath built in 2022, same square footage. Then you have Golden Lime, which is $319,000, 4.2 built in 2021, same square footage. You have another one that's smaller. It's 1,673 square feet for $325,000, roughly the same price. And you have one sold comp for $300,000, a 4.2, same square footage. So this one's pretty straightforward. You could get this house for roughly $300,000, which would be $25,000 below asking. That would be my suggested list price for both parties to accept a fair offer. Very easy first comp there. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to look at the pictures of some of these real quick, you could tell it's pretty much the same house as we just toured. I'll go to the one that sold here. And there you go. There's a few trade-offs here. Shower's nicer in this house, but no screened-in patio. Maybe a slightly larger lot. This lot size is 0.15. I think the other one's the same. It's probably just the photos that make it seem bigger. Also a 0.15 lot. So pretty much identical homes, same fees, same square footage, $25,000 less on the sold price. All right, here's our second home, again on 1.5x speed. So you can slow it down using the settings on YouTube if you want to, move it a little bit slower. My voice will probably be slower as well. The heated area, the square footage on this one is 2,061 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath built in 2025. It's listed for $419,000, which is $203 a square foot, and it was built by Jane Construction. This is their Juliet model. It is a two-car garage, and the address is 1209 Bardall Ave. This builder has a couple of homes in the area in Spring Hill. They're a newer builder, at least to this area. But yeah, this is your primary bedroom here. You got these nice white shaker cabinets, walk-in shower, large walk-in closet. And as you could tell, the quality of this home is a little bit better. It's also why it's more expensive. The lot size is a 0.23 acre lot. There's no HOA fees as well, so there's the difference compared to 320,000 and 419,000 for this list price. There is a little bit of slope here on the backyard, and it's not the biggest yard, but it's something, and you also can easily finish off the fencing by just connecting to the existing fences on both sides. Here is the third bedroom. You got a dual vanity in the shared bathroom, same shower, walk-in, and then your fourth bedroom. Let's check out some comps. All right, so here is our subject property, 1209 Bardell Ave, and it is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 419,000, built in 2025. Like I mentioned, on days on market 50 days, so nothing too crazy. That's within the average for Hernando County. If you watch my recent market update video, 0.23 acre lot. Let's go to some of the comps here on the single line display. You have 3 sold comps here. I believe Amero is the same model here by the same builder. It sold for 409,000. List price was 409,900. And then if we look at the history, we will see that it started out at 435,000 and they eventually dropped it to the current list price on our subject property at 419, and then they are now sold for 409. So that's the best comp. Another pretty straightforward comp because you have the exact same house by the same builder, built in the same year. We can look at some other ones just to give you an idea on this area. Here's a Amero, which is also the oh wait, I think I just clicked that one. Here's Maureen, which is also built in 2025. This is a pool home that sold for 430,000. So it comps out pretty good. It's 1,900 square feet, so roughly the same square footage. Because we have this one, which is 2,000 square feet. This is by Santa Barbara Homes, which is a good builder. Nice pool, better lot. And the inside, I would say I like it more, but it depends on your style. The living room's smaller than the other home, but I think they have some higher end updates in here. And yeah, another comp here is Firewood, which is built by D.R. Horton. This is 1,828 square feet. It was on market 21 days and it sold for 364,000. That is a 0.3 acre lot. So if I was going to make an offer on this property here, I would probably start between 390 and 400,000. There's a comp that sold for 409 a few months ago, and you're getting a 2,000 square foot house that's brand new. Obviously, it's up to you at the end of the day, but the comps justify based on recent sales anywhere from 390,000 up to 410, I would say. All right, so this is definitely our most unique property out of the bunch. This one's listed for 529,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 bath, 2,635 square feet. Been on market 69 days. It's not in an HOA, and it's 1.6 acres of land. This is obviously a custom build. I would assume that the owner built it themselves, maybe subbed it out themselves, or they're a contractor. And yeah, it's 529,000. Here's your primary bedroom. And the reason I say it's owner built is because it's very specific, especially like in this master bathroom here. This shower is like crazy, top of the line. And also the materials aren't like builder grade. You could tell they actually bought good material and cared about what they were putting together here. So yeah, very unique property on this one. I was surprised when I toured it. You have doors out here to the back patio, which is really a great size. And this lot is awesome as well. A big caveat is you have the Suncoast Parkway right across the street, and you could hear it, but it wasn't as loud as you would expect, but you could see it right there on the hill there. So yeah, this one, it's going to be probably one of the hardest to comp out of the bunch, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Let me know what you guys think about this build, though. The curb appeal, obviously, there's a driveway missing. Not sure, what happened on this one exactly, but here is some of the other bedrooms and bathrooms. You got the utility closet with your air handler and your second and third bedrooms. So this actually has 4 rooms, but it says 3 on the MLS. It doesn't have a closet, one of them. But yeah, let's check out so here we go. This is the subject property, 6425 Cartwright Road. It's a 3.2 bath included, 529,000, built in 2025. Currently 69 days on market, 2,635 square feet, and then it is a 1.6 acre lot. If we look at the comps, you'll notice that a couple of these are manufactured homes. So you have 2 active manufactured homes, one for 325, one for 419. We'll take a look at that real quick. The acreage is what's important on these, 1.6 of the same lot size. It's obviously manufactured home, so we don't have to look too much in detail there, but at least gives us like a ground floor for some of like an actual block home that our subject property is. So this is a nicer manufactured home for 419, built in 2017. And the acreage is only 0.6 acre lot. And then you have the subject property here, which is also 1.6 acre. And you have this property in the Oaks, which is a old golf community that is no longer an HOA. And it's on a half-acre lot. It's 2,000 square feet. List price was $390, sold for $380, and that was in September. And then you have another property on Cartwright. So right down the street, 2,280 square feet, sold for $435, a manufactured home, 1.2 acre lot. So this is probably our best sold comp, obviously, because it's in the same neighborhood, no HOA, roughly the same acreage included, and it was built in 2022. Ours was built in 2025, and it's a block home. So if this sets a pretty 435 sets a pretty high floor for this type of acreage and the square footage, because this is a manufactured home. If we look at our subject property again, the block home, obviously there's some work that needs to be done to it as far as finishing out a driveway and all that, if that matters to you. But I do think we can get this home a little bit under asking, maybe closer to 500,000. And this is just my opinions. I'm not saying that it's not worth what they're asking, but if I was representing a buyer or buying it myself and I was looking for something like this, with the work that needs to be done, I would definitely say closer to 500. But you also have to consider this manufactured home that's sold for 435,000 with a zero point 0.4 less of a yard or acreage and it being manufactured. So this one's interesting. I would definitely say below asking just because of the work that needs to be done. And, if this home was completely finished with the driveway and everything else, 1.6 acres would probably, it probably would sell close to 600,000. So you're not really getting a bad price here. I just know that it's been on market and a lot of people wouldn't want to do the work that's required to make this move-in ready. And that is why the price would be, adjusted down a little bit. So yeah, I would say closer to 500,000 on this one. And this is our fourth and final property, which is 320 Preston Hollow Drive. It's 3,721 square feet, and it has a full ensuite or mother-in-law suite or in-law suite. It's 5 bedrooms, 4 bath. It's been on the market 118 days. It was built in 1995, and it's currently listed for 650,000. This video is a little bit rigid, as you could tell, so slow it down if you need to, but I don't want this video to be 40 minutes long for you, so I thought I'd speed it all up. This is your laundry room, though. This property is located in Preston Hollow, which has an HOA fee of $300 per year. There's no amenities. It's just to make sure that there's deed restrictions so people can take care of their houses. Here's a little office space that does not count as a bedroom. Here is a legit bedroom with a closet. And then you have three bedrooms with full baths attached. So like little junior suites. Here's one of them. This is not your master bedroom. This is like a pool bath that also leads to one of the main bedrooms. Everything's redone in this house. Roof in 2020. Brand new AC for the main house. New well pump. This is your primary bedroom. Really nice master bedroom or bathroom or primary bath. Got the freestanding tub there. Nice walk-in shower. Very white and gray. The video got cut there, so I had to restart from the living room again. Here's your pool area. Got a little outdoor kitchen with a sink. Pool could use an update, but it didn't seem to be in bad shape. This is a 0.5 acre lot, and it's very wide versus deep, so that could work for some people. Easier to fence. And then going through the main living space here, this is the ensuite, the mother-in-law suite, I keep saying that. Very similar bathroom to the master in the primary house. All the same materials, almost the same size as well. Here's the little kitchen, which has everything a tenant or family member would need, even its own access. So here's a really nice living area for said tenant or family member. And then you have, this is a very unique property, so let's go look at some comps for it and see what we could do. All right, so here's our subject property, 320 Preston Hollow, on market 118 days. So within the average for this price of home in Hernando County, 1995 was the year built. 650,000 is the list price if you can't read that. Square footage 3,700, 5 bed, 4 bath, full mother-in-law suite. This is a half-acre lot. This one's going to be a little more difficult, and I actually think this one, surprisingly, is the most fair price-wise. So we'll take a look though, so I can show you what I'm talking about. This is a acre lot, 1.1, sold for 572, and that's just in February. Built in 1986, so older, 610,000 the original list price, 3,100 square feet. Not as luxurious as the subject property on Preston Hollow. There is no HOA here though, so that is a plus, but as you can tell, the home isn't as nice. It's not as large, it's not as updated. Let's try and get to the pool area. This is probably going to be the longest comparable. Really nice pool area, probably better than the subject property. And they have a little pool house too, it looks like. Maybe used as a gym, the little kitchen stuff. And then this is why this property sold for so much. A very well manicured 1.1 acre lot. Larger home, just not like luxurious tall ceilings or anything like that. Sold for 572 just last month. If we go back to another property here, that was Whitmarsh. We'll go to Barony Woods, which is an HOA community as well. So, or actually, I think they dissolved this community, so there's no HOA anymore, but it used to be. The list price was 625, sold for 625, only 8 days on market, half-acre lot. So very close comparison. Nice home, updates, similar updates to the other home, to the subject property on Preston Hollow. 3,600 square feet. So this is our best comp, sold for 625. No in-law suite, I don't believe. You can actually, if you don't know, you can hit Control F and you can search keywords. So in-law, it does. Potential mother-in-law. So let's see what that looks like. It's probably connected to the home without an entrance, a second entrance. I don't see a private entrance. So there is a potential in-law suite on this one. This is definitely the best comp, 625. So they are listed for 650. The home that we took a look at, great comp here. I think that this home will sell roughly for 650. Let's just take a look at a couple more to just confirm. Closed in February 13th, 2026. List price 650. Sold for 670. 26 days on market. So they must have had multiple offers. This one, very nice. Let's see. In-law. No in-law. But it is a full 1 acre lot. So there's a difference there. 600 less square feet of heated area. And sold for 670. No HOA fee. Good area. Similar curb appeal, I'd say, as far as like looking luxury. Not as updated either. So if the other home on Preston Hollow was an acre lot or even just a larger lot in general, this would have already sold. I still think that they're going to stay firm at 650 and it probably will sell around there. So we could, like, I would just tell my client, we could make an offer since they've been on market so long and see how flexible they are. But I do think that based on the comps, this is actually true market value. The last one that we're going to look at is also in Barony Woods. It's a 6-bedroom, 3-bath, sold for 685, 3,700 square feet, and 0.8 acre lot. So like everything's kind of pointing to the fact that this home, with the updates, with the mother-in-law suite, the acreage, the pool, it's probably worth close to what they're asking. The only thing that kills it is like the way the lot is situated, which might be the reason why it hasn't sold yet. The house takes up a lot of the yard space and it's also just not really too functional. But they're priced below all these comps, 685, 675. So I think they're pretty close. And this one would just be like, how low can we get them because they haven't sold yet type of thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about all these listings. All right, so as you can tell, some homes are more negotiable than others in this market. But one thing I forgot to mention about that last property is that it got listed originally for $685,000 and it's now $650,000. And that's the main takeaway. When homes are originally listed, sellers are still trying to get that top dollar. Start a little bit higher to see if they can get more for the house. And the homes that are overpriced eventually drop in price. So this one's now sitting at the market value that I think makes sense. And that's the case for a few of the ones that we saw. They ended up dropping the price. So that's something to keep in mind when you see a new listing. Have your realtor actually look at the comps and see what has sold recently around there, and if they priced it higher hoping to negotiate down, or at market value to get more interest and more offers right away. But anyways, that wraps up this video. As always, if you have any questions or you're making a move to Hernando County, including Spring Hill, Weeki Wachee, Brooksville, even the Tampa Bay area in general, I do work the whole Tampa Bay area. You can reach me directly using the contact information in the description below. And don't forget, I do have a free Hernando County moving guide, which is also linked below. One more thing, make sure to subscribe and like this video for future videos. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.